It is time now for another tackle review. Let's see what we will be talking about today.
Alright, welcome back to another tackle review, everyone. My name is Spencer. Today we are going to be talking about two different products, kind of as a head-to-head. Today we are going to be going over the Line Cutterz ring as well as the Boomerang Snip tool. So like I said, today we have a little bit of a matchup.
Round one, fight!
We have two different products going head to head at doing the same task. That task being cutting line. Seems very trivial and simple, however, it's not always as easy as it sounds.
Right!
You have knives, you have pliers, you have cutters, you have nail clippers even people use. However, they don't always work well. You know, you might have pliers with the little cutter in the middle there, and then it comes to braid, it's a struggle. You end up shredding your braid and it's never a clean cut. Or if you have monofilament, it's gonna squish that mono down, make it flattened out instead of maintaining that round shape. So there's just, it never seems to be a great tool. Unless one of these two can change my mind. So first, I want to talk about the Line Cutterz ring. This is a very popular item and made its name on the show Shark Tank, as most of you probably know. This little ring has a Velcro strap. You can obviously adjust the size of that. Once you get it to the comfortable fit, you can snip off the excess. Now where it gets interesting is the top part of the ring. It's going to be a little bit of a plastic housing. However, inside there is going to be two razor blades, one on each side of the ring. Now it's going to be safe because of the little protective plastic covering that it has. You aren't going to be able to cut your finger or anything like that. Now moving on to the Boomerang Snip tool. This is going to be closer to something like clippers or cutters rather than a ring. That is a very unique item. However, what this has that most other snip tools don't is a retractable cord. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a carabiner on the end here. So you can clip that to your belt loop, somewhere on your boat, a backpack. Really, there's a lot of options there and it's pretty nice. But this has just two little prongs on the sides. You squeeze those together to close it and pull down. If you want to release it, you push back up. And you can just use the cutting tool as you would anything else. Now I do want to go into a few factors here with both products. One being cutability. Not sure if that's a word, but we're gonna make it up today. I don't know if we're gonna have to Webster that or what, but I don't think it is. It is now. In addition to that, we are also gonna have convenience. Now, both of these products do hinge upon convenience as compared to a traditional, your scissors, a knife, pliers, any of those things. And they both do a great job at being very convenient. Now, first, do want to talk about the pros and cons of the Line Cutterz ring. Pros being, A, is very, very convenient. Having this thing right there on your hand, or they also have a flat mount option, which is something that you can mount to a tackle box. Honestly, anything with a flat surface. It's just gonna be an adhesive, you stick it on there. You can mount it to a rod, you can mount it to a backpack. You can mount it to yourself if you want to, just stick them all over you. Now, that is a pro, being that it is very convenient. Cutability, it's very sharp, don't get me wrong. It's great. It's gonna cut 100-pound braid is I think something they boast. And it does it very well, it does it very cleanly. It does it better than scissors, it does it better than pliers, it does it better than really any other cutter that I've used, being that is a single blade. Now most items that you find to cut line, with the exception of a knife, obviously, you have pliers. That's gonna have a little snip tool inside the pliers or on the outside. You have actual cutters, you have nail clippers, and you have scissors. Now all of those are two blades coming together. So there is going to be the opportunity for that to shred or for that to not essentially have as clean of a cut. Now with this razor blade, it is, like I said, very sharp. However, there becomes a little bit of difficulty. I noticed when I was using it, I put it on one of my middle two fingers here. That way I could use the two fingers around it to kind of pinch the ring. Because what I noticed is even though it was on nice and tight, when I went to cut the braid or cut the monofilament, it would make the ring rotate some, which isn't an issue. But what I did to combat that is just put it on a middle finger. That way it wouldn't move when I pinched my fingers together. Now what I did notice though, is whenever I tried to cut a tagline, it was a little bit of a trick. It wasn't so easy right off the bat, which isn't an issue, it's something you can get used to, but you can't cut taglines super close. Now, if you tie something like an FG knot or a WD knot, something where it's line to line, you want to get those really close taglines, it's going to be almost impossible to do that with this ring. Just the way that you have to move your finger and move the line, it'll still cut it, but it won't cut it as close. Now, for some of you, that's an issue. For some of you, it's not a big deal at all. And you'd rather have the convenience of having that on your finger than have to pull pliers, a knife, or scissors out of your backpack at any time. So, pros and cons, great at convenience, okay at cutability. It's sharp, just tricky. Now, moving on to the Boomerang Snip tool. This is going to be less convenient, but still very convenient and still more convenient than pliers, a knife, or scissors because of the retractable cord here. This is gonna clip on, like I said, to your belt, so if you need to pull out, this, cut my line, good to go, it's gonna stay there. You don't have to worry about reaching in your pocket, reaching into a bag, a compartment. It's always there with you, the same as the ring. Now, with that, the cutability will be, I think, less sharp than the razor blade. Like I said earlier, it's a one blade versus two blade. This is a snip tool, so it's two blades coming together. However, these two blades, I think, are better than any sort of cutting tool. This is a close race. I am going to have to give the edge to the Boomerang tool. I like the Line Cutterz ring. I think it's better than pliers, scissors, and knife. So it's already better than anything I've used before, but what I did wrong, or right, essentially, is I got this tool, which happened to be a little bit better for me. There might be a situation where you think the Line Cutterz ring is better for you. So let's get to the rating. The Line Cutterz ring, I will give a 4.5 pineapples out of 5. Still good, still good. Now, the Boomerang tool, I have to give probably a 4.9. This is my favorite new tool. I suggest you check it out if you do find yourself either losing pliers or you just need something better to cut line with. This is it. Or this, still not bad. Very good. Hopefully you guys like this video. I sure did. I enjoyed finding a new tool that I'm going to use on a daily basis. So hit the like button if you liked it. Comment below if you think I'm way wrong or there's a better tool out there. I'd love to find it. Subscribe to see more of these tackle reviews, and we'll see you on the next video, guys.